Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines.
US Ambassador to the United Nations, Mike Waltz, has said that President Donald Trump paused attacks on Iran to give diplomacy more room. The Pentagon halted bombing operations after 13 nights of escalating strikes. The Trump administration has said that diplomacy remains its preferred option. On the other hand, Iran says it has halted retaliatory attacks on US allies in the Middle East after Washington stopped strikes on Iran for the past 2 nights. Army spokesman Mohammad Akraminia said Iran's operations were retaliatory and had therefore also been suspended. However, Armed Forces spokesman Abul Fazl Shakachi said Iran is fully prepared for possible new US airstrikes or a ground operation. He said that Washington's efforts to control the Strait of Hormuz and weaken Iran had failed, but warned that renewed attacks could follow Benjamin Netanyahu's upcoming meeting with Donald Trump. Also, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has warned Israel that it will face severe consequences if it reignites the war, while declaring any country supporting US military action against Iran a legitimate target. IRGC spokesman Hossein Mohebi specifically warned Britain and Gulf states, saying the UK could become a definite and legitimate target if it continues backing Washington. Meanwhile, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has ordered the rapid reconstruction of strategic infrastructure damaged in US strikes. During a visit to Iran's roads ministry, Pezeshkian highlighted rail links with neighboring countries as a priority, saying they would strengthen economic resilience, expand international transit corridors, and boost Iran's geopolitical position.
Iran says it has made progress in talks with Oman on the management of shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. According to Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghai, technical and political consultations focused on ensuring the safe passage of commercial vessels while respecting the sovereign rights of both coastal states. Tehran described the discussions as constructive and said negotiations would continue. The main land border crossing between Kuwait and Iraq has reopened after being temporarily closed following a drone attack earlier this week. According to Iraq's state news agency, the Abdali border crossing resumed operations on Sunday. Kuwaiti authorities had suspended activity after a drone strike caused material damage but no casualties. The crossing is a key route for passenger and commercial traffic between the two countries.
Iran has condemned what it says was a Ukrainian strike on an Iranian commercial vessel in the Caspian Sea, summoning Ukraine's chargé d'affaires in Tehran after the attack reportedly killed one sailor and injured another. Tehran described the incident as a hostile and criminal attack on a civilian ship and demanded an explanation from Kyiv. Ukraine, however, said it targeted vessels carrying military cargo linked to Iran, along with a Russian warship, during long-range strikes in the Caspian Sea. British Prime Minister Andy Burnham said he would challenge US President Donald Trump if necessary, stressing that he will always put Britain's interests first as he seeks to build ties with Washington. In an interview with the BBC, Burnham described his first conversation with Trump as really warm, but said he would not hesitate to disagree with the US president when required. On defense, Burnham reaffirmed Britain's commitment to NATO's target of spending 3.5% of GDP by 2035, but declined to commit to raising defense spending to 3% by 2030. Pope Leo offered prayers for people affected by devastating wildfires in France and Spain, expressing solidarity with victims and emergency workers battling the blazes. Speaking during the Angelus prayer at Castel Gandolfo, the pontiff called on the faithful to pray for those impacted by the fires and for first responders working to contain them. The wildfires have forced the evacuation of hundreds of thousands of people across both countries, with France and Spain facing widespread destruction amid prolonged heat waves and dry conditions.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.